Let's practice some probability. When rolling a fair six-sided die, what is the probability of rolling a 4 or a 5? Well, 2, because there are 4 or 5, there's 1 and 1, that's 2, out of 6 total. So we can reduce that to 1/3. We can write that as a rounded decimal or a rounded percent. You buy a container of popsicles. Popsicles. And finally have the distribution shown in the graph. That's a lot of popsicles. Like, how big of a container did you buy? What is the probability of grabbing a grape flavor on the first try? If you're my mom, you would throw up. My mom hates grape. I think grape is fabulous, but whatever. So we're looking at grape over total. Well, there are 8 grapes. We add each of these numbers together to get the total, and there are 50 popsicles in that container. That's a lot of stinking popsicles, and that gives us a 0.16 probability. The table shows a sample of students and whether they are considered freshmen, sophomores, or courses only students. What is probability a student chosen at random is courses only? Well, there's 110 courses only out of 1,279, which is 0.086 or 86%. What is the probability a student chosen at random is male? Well, there are 575 males out of 1,279. And that gives us 0.4495, which is roughly 45%, right? Because if I go 2 places, I get 44.95%. If you went around to the nearest tenth, 5 rounds up, so it'd just be 45. What are the 2 ways you can find the probability that a student chosen at random is female? 2 ways. So one way, it doesn't say do it, it just says it. So one way is to take the female over the total. And the other way is to take 1 minus the males over the total, right? Because if you find male over total, you get an answer, and everybody else would be the female over totals. So you can either straight go to the females or take 1 minus the males, and that would give you the female over the total. What is the probability a student chosen at random is a freshman and is male? Okay, freshman and male is here at 301 over 1,279. And that gives me 0.235 or 23.5%. Or decimal, either way is fine. What's the probability a student chosen at random is a freshman or male? Okay, so we take the freshman, 673. We add the males, 575. And remember, if you look at those 2 columns, we overlapped the 301. So when I add and subtract the overlap, I get 947 divided by 1279, which is 0.740 or 74%. If a student chosen at random is male, if male, that means we're only looking at the male column. That means my denominator is 575. What is probability he is a freshman? 301. So that gives me 0.523, which is 52.3%. If a student chosen at random is a freshman, so now we're only looking here, denominator of 673, what is probability that the student is male? Still numerator of 301, which is 0.447 or 44.7%. Very important that you're paying attention to the what follows if, because whatever follows if goes on the denominator.